technologically illiterate people had to become literate because they were motivated by money. So you're motivated by a few dollars, but you're not motivated by a permanent paradise? That's ridiculous.
And you don't have that hunger anymore, and then obviously things start to fall apart.
I had the choice to make. Do you go to trial and end up getting 10 years and end up being a sex offender on a crime you didn't commit?
That was the first time, like, somebody told me something that, like, I couldn't see or touch, and I believed it.
Islam teaches you prevention and not cure. Prevention over the cure.
Start practicing Islam, right? Now how long you did in jail by that time? Hold on, by the way, this is not no DJ Vlad TV. This is the Worldly Life podcast. We ain't trying to get nobody to incriminate themselves or anything like that. That's not the purpose of this joint. So this is not DJ no shots fired. But anyways,
Yeah.
continue.
So once I got to the adults, so I got locked up probably May, accepted Islam November, got to the adults January 18th. I would say around that time, the salah started coming, because when I went to the adults, that's when I met Abdul Shakur and I started to practice. So you see, in November, December, January, February, so around 3 months after accepting Islam, I kind of locked in when it came to my deen, alhamdulillah, and that was it. And then from there, I ended up doing about, as I said, 38 months on Rikers Island, learning Arabic as far as reading it. Started to memorize the Quran as much as I could. Started to read like Sifat al-Salah and Nabi from Sheikh al-Albani, rahimahullah ta'ala. We didn't have much books, and tried to, the Noble Quran was like my most read, because all I did was go through the Quran and the hadith by Sahih al-Bukhari in the footnote. So that one helped me major until I got up north. And I got around some tapes and started to memorize juz, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's all benefit.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up because you say you started to learn Arabic. You started to learn how to read the alphabets one by one. And a lot of us Black Americans struggle, and they be like, "Yo, my tongue can't catch this." How would you say, like, you got over that hump and advise people what they should do regarding that?
I think it's always an easy way and it's always a hard way.
Yes.
When it comes to learning anything, some people have the tools to allow you to learn it easy, and I think you have to find that easy route. And when I say easy, it's not going to be super easy, but it's going to be a lot easier than sometimes the traditional way of teaching. So for me personally, I was in a box at this time. I had, I think, a 90-day box stint. And, we go to Jumu'ah once a week over there. We get out, I believe. No, twice. We would go to Jumu'ah and then we would have a class. And there were some brothers, they had this pamphlet. And they was like, yo, you should start reading Arabic. And I was like, picture that, bro. They like, nah, you could do it. And they was like, yo, let me show you. So right then and there, in like 2-3 minutes, he was like, the alphabet is this, right? But don't worry about the alphabet. Worry about the vowels. He was like, Fatha, Dhamma, Kesra, A, I, U. And I was like, okay. He was like, if you see this, you put a. If you see this, you put a. And then from there, he was like, this letter right here is Ba. And then from there, it had Ba 3 times connected. So I wasn't really paying attention to beginning, middle, or ending form. It didn't go that route. So it had the Ba, Bi, Bu. So it had a Fatha, Dhamma, Kesra, like that. And then he was like, all right, that this letter is a Ba. And then he put the thing over and said, if you see that dot on the bottom, but the Fatha on the top, what is that? I said Ba. He said, with the Kesra, I said Bi. And he said Dhamma. I said Bu. He said, yo, you just read Arabic. And then he gave me that pamphlet, and then I went and did the whole pamphlet, and I was reading in no time.
In actuality, to cut it short, it was not that hard.
Bro, like 2 days, 3 days.
But like, if you put an effort in reading, trying to learn how to read and write, well, like Allah talks about in the Quran how He made it easy.
Probably might have been less than that. Sometimes I be telling people, and they
hard.
think I finished that pamphlet. The pamphlet was thin. Basically, when you finish the whole pamphlet, all you gotta do is, once you know the letters and you know the vowels, that was it. Then they give you dammatain, kasratain, fatatain. And then later on, you're gonna get into the rules of med and nun sakin and things like that. But yeah, for the most part, you're gonna get the basics from this pamphlet, and it was simple.
Inshallah, tabarakallah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay, moving forward. Now you start practicing. You learned everything. You had 38 months. You started learning, reading Arabic. And then, what year is this?
This was 2006, once my 38 months was up, and I went up north.
Okay.
June. Yep.
Went up north, and then you still had to finish time over there.
Yeah, I had like 2 years left, so
Okay.
ended up doing like 60 something months in total. I went to Governor, and that wasn't the first spot. First I went to Mid-State.
Okay.
And from Mid-State, I had a big issue during Ramadan.
No.
It was crazy. Ended up going to the box. Did 90 days from there. Yeah.
For those who don't know what's a box.
Oh yeah, solitary confinement.